So I started playing Last of Us Part 2 and the game is insane. No shit, this is one of my favorite games and I say every game is my favorite, but this one is really touched my heart. It's a story of a child who is immune to a zombie virus and how the story kind of picks up in the part 2. And I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my favorites. Check it out. The story is really interesting. It really talks about different characters and their personalities moreover than the whole gameplay itself. The characters, how they think, how they react to the emotions is what the game is really about. And what's funny is Ellie is a really emotional character in the game and she gives out her emotion in every scene she goes through. And that kind of brings out the tail light and the beauty in the game. The essence is really about learning what Ellie really thinks about. And Abby is also a character in the game. She's like the main villain kind of thing, but you can say she also has her emotions down the ground and she gives out her emotions start of the game, which kind of sparks the Ellie emotions. And that's how the game picks up. And really, what more about they're talking in the character sense is to learn and to cherish the kind of beauty a human emotion shows up.
I couldn't get to
And that is what Last of Us Part 2 is about.
Now Maria's got this.
Ellie is also a very different character. She kind of likes a girl in the game and she is lesbian, which is interesting. It doesn't show up. This game has been released a long time ago and it just says how beautiful the game was, supporting every gender and every. But I would say, moreover, this game is really fucking interesting. You should try it once at least if you haven't. This is a masterpiece. To go through such Sony games, and Sony produces one of the greatest gaming. Has also a lot of wide range of equipments and type of things. You need to. It's like a survival game, obviously. So you need to collect a lot of items to craft one item, and that's what's exciting. You have to explore everything. It's a AAA game, but it's a smaller area. It's not like GTA 5 or Ghost of Tsushima where you have to explore everything. It's a little different and it's fun. You have to explore various items, and once you gather all of them, you craft one item. That is going to be how the game is going to be the whole way around. And this exploration and sightseeing is one of the best in the games, and the greenery is what defines the whole game. It's one of the most unique ones and the most green you could ever see. I would say this game would be 9 out of 10 because its storyline is the most unique, I would say. I mean, I've never seen one of the storylines where you are playing like a whole ass movie. It's a whole ass movie. I'm not gonna lie. The series you must have watched, Last of Us, is a really huge hit in HBO Max because the story was such a good storyline. So I would say, yeah, on my senses, this is one of my favorite games, and I would say the one missing out would be the harder you go on the game, the harder it gets to craft the items. And it's not fun if you start out early in hard. So that's what I did, and I didn't like it when I started out hard immediately because it was really hard to gather items and explore everything. You have to check every nook and cranny to get what you need, and that's what is the hard part in the game. That's what I'm taking out the one for. But out of the WILF rate, 9 out of 10, and that's what I like. The game is very exciting. I would recommend everyone to play that once at least in their lifetime if you're a gamer. If not, please go through the walkthroughs. You could get it on YouTube, obviously. The walkthroughs are completely amazing. They are one of the best, and I would say the game is a masterpiece. Sony always brings up a banger. It does every 3 years. The games they produce are the best in the industry, I would say. There's no competition about how they come up with the storylines. Spider-Man, God of War, Last of Us. Days Gone was also one of my favorites. It's unrelated low-key, but I would say Sony has always done an incredible job finding out the storylines, picking out proper characters and their nature for the story.
Hey, what are you doing?
That's
Go to
why
the other belt
Last of
and
Us
those-
Part 2 is one of my favorite games.
Okay.
I hope you like the video, guys, and
careful.
please make
It's
sure to like
okay.
and subscribe. I'll be
all
back
good.
with another video in 3 days. So, WILF out. Thanks.